Hello and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Sunday. It is June 8th, and there is a Pick 6 carryover over at Santa Anita to close out their week there. But let's first review back the Belmont Stakes weekend. The Belmont Stakes, wonderful race there in the Belmont Stakes. It's too bad Saratoga ended up getting a lot of rain, which took several races off the turf and changed a lot of things, and they canceled a couple, but just note the two races they canceled yesterday are rescheduled for today. So if you're betting Saratoga, there's a nice pick 5 there late in the day with those two grade 1s on the turf. So again, wonderful race by Journalism, even more spectacular race by Sovereignty, and those are just two really nice horses. And I really like Journalism. I think he was born in the wrong year because he was born the same year with Sovereignty. Sovereignty's just a special horse. He showed it again. And congratulations to the horse. You're wonderful. Congratulations to Bill Mott. You're a true class act and a wonderful trainer. Congratulations to Junior Alvarado. What a super ride he's put on this horse the last couple times. And congrats to the whole team over at Godolphin. And, let's see some more great things from Sovereignty, and we'll see what the rest of the year holds for him. So I'll be looking forward to that. All right, now let's get started today. Santa Anita does have, as I mentioned, a Pick 6 carryover in their card. And, their Pick 6 does start in the fourth race today. Fourth race does have a approximate post time of 2:36 in the Pacific time zone, so that's 4:36 here in the Central time zone. I'm not going to be playing the Pick 6 today. In studying the races, I just think there's several races that you've got to go pretty wide in, and I just don't really feel like I can manage a ticket. So I'm not going to play the Pick 6, but I do have a couple win bets that will be included in the Pick 6 sequence. So I want to give those to you, and those are plays that I'm going to make today. I'm going to start out in the fifth race. Fifth race is a starter allowance race. It's a mile on the grass. These are 3-year-olds and up boys, and these are starter allowance, a non-winner of 3. So a little different. They usually do the non-winners of 2. This is a non-winner of 3, so it's an extra condition in the starter allowance ranks. So, a competitive field. A lot of these horses have run with each other. I'm going to take a shot, make a win bet on the 2-horse Carver for trainer John Cortez, and jock is Tyler Bays. I'm not all that familiar with John Cortez. I know he's got a very small stable. He ended up claiming this horse off of John Sadler last year. This horse was a huge purchase, and Sadler gave up on the horse, and Cortez claimed him. And I think, he got stuck with a horse here because the horse hadn't been out in nearly 10 months after the claim. But in his 2 starts this year, I like the fact that this horse had shown some nice speed and running with better horses, I feel. And, I don't think this field is all that tremendously talented. And, last time several of these ran together, a horse ended up taking the lead and wiring them, and everyone just kind of trailed. So I'm seeing maybe that might happen again with Carver, maybe reaching into some of that back class. We'll see if John Cortez works some magic. Bays is on the horse again. He's got a chance to know this horse, ridden the horse the last 2 times, took the lead, got beat by better horses. Maybe today he's found a little softer company. So I'm going to make a win bet on the 2-horse. That would be Carver. Horse is 9-2 in the program. I think we'll probably see something like that, so we'll take that, as a win bet in the 5th race. We're going to skip over the next couple races. Going to move over to the 8th race. 8th race is a mile on the dirt, and these are condition claimers, a $16,000 level. These are fillies and mares. Have never won 2 races. Is basically the condition here. I'm going to make a win bet on the 1-horse, Misty Muppet. Misty Muppet comes in from Mark Reinford. Billy Anton Georgie takes the ride here. And, as I was trying to figure out a Pick 6 ticket, I studied these races pretty good. I said, well, this horse could end up pulling a minor upset here. She's 5-2, but I think there'll be a couple horses bet over her. But I'm going to make a win bet on the 1 Misty Muppet. So here's what I like about the horse. Her last 2 starts, or last 3 starts actually, 3 starts this year, she's run short, and, it's going to be her first time running long, being at a mile. Certainly the breeding in this horse definitely tells you a long distance shouldn't be a problem. The horse is by Tonalist, and Tonalist ended up winning the Belmont many years ago out of a Candy Ride mare, so Candy Ride certainly can do it all. First time going 2 turns, I like it from the 1 hole. I think the horse has run shown some nice ability in her sprints. I don't think she's a sprinter based on what I've seen. She's run nicely, but, just doesn't keep up with those fast fractions that she had been involved in. So, they're going to run a lot differently here in this two-turn race. There's not a lot here, being one of the bottom run claimers. So I'm going to take a shot with a win bet on the one horse, Misty Muppet. Okay, so that's it for today, and let's recap the day and recap the bets for Sunday at Santa Anita. Okay, so for Sunday, June 8th, we got a couple win bets at Santa Anita, and these will be included in that pick 6 carryover sequence. So let's move over to the 5th race. 5th race, make a win bet on the 2, Carryover. Move over to the 8th race. 8th race, win bet on the 1, Misty Muppet. So those 2 win bets are in the pick 6 sequence. If you want to use those horses in your multi-race wagers, if you're playing the pick 6, playing the pick 5, or any other multi-race, if you want to just make the win bets, I wish you the best of luck there. Let's wish the folks over at Santa Anita a very safe day of racing. And let's wish the folks over at Saratoga a very safe day too. They're closing out their meet there. So as always, I thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Could use more subscribers here. It's free. Think of it as like an Uber Eats delivery system that's free. If you subscribe, content gets delivered to you, gets fed to you in your feed for nothing, doesn't cost you anything. You can like, dislike, make comments. Let's create a discussion. So again, thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today. Let's close out the week strongly at Santa Anita, and good luck to you if you're playing the pick 6 or the win bets. Let's again finish up the week strong and have a wonderful day at Santa Anita or anywhere else you're betting today. Thank you again.